So I've seen Kyle Hill's videos here and there. And this one is called Everything is About to Change. It's about the future of AI and Chat GPT and all of that nonsense.
Everything is about to change.
I just want to say right off the bat, epic hair.
No, this isn't an apology video, even though it looks like that.
Beard could
I don't
use
know
some
how to
work.
play the ukulele poorly. No, this is a video about artificial intelligence, more specifically, AI that can generate new content from large training data sets, so-called generative AI. Now, you've probably been hearing about these systems like ChatGPT and Midjourney almost every single day. So have I.
Yep.
But just now, I think I've fully grasped the gravity of the situation here. I think we really are at a turning point in technological history. And I feel like I just have to get these notes recorded down somewhere and quickly, lest they become irrelevant in the next few months. So I've locked myself in this office for this
Are you
episode.
okay in there? Why did you lock the doors?
No, it's fine, Arya. I'm just taking some notes about how your neural network is gonna change the fabric of society. No, I'm not doing that. Don't tell her. I need to be on their good side when they take over.
Now entering the facility.
When it comes to artificial intelligence, I worry that I've been focusing too much on the existential risk, the Matrix scenario, the Skynet scenario. While I think there is still an existential risk there, I think these headline-grabbing ideas and movie tie-ins obscure the more present daily use cases for generative AI that are happening right now and will happen. I think we need to clearly see the big picture that's being painted here, because when non-human intelligence can generate all the things we relied on human intelligence for, everything is going to change. It has to.
I like whatever filter he's using for his video. I'm gonna look into something similar to that I could possibly turn on and off.
Up until 18 months ago, what separated us from every other organism on Earth was our intelligence. It creates and protects everything that we care about. It wrote the Declaration of Independence and doubled our lifespan. It painted the Mona Lisa and got us to the moon. But today, human-level intelligence is no longer an exclusively human trait. Superhuman AI, though still narrow, has made it from behind the closed doors of research labs and into the wild. And we welcomed it with open arms. Before this moment, people like Neil deGrasse Tyson dismissed any real concern. If something goes wrong or gets out of control, just unplug it, he has said. But just a few months ago,
I don't think it's as simple as that, because now they're like chips that have internal batteries that are in our just everyday objects that can, be controlled from anywhere, even vacuums.
we were presented with that very choice.
Toasters.
Albeit in an informal, haphazard way with the sudden release of ChatGPT, and hundreds of millions of people said, plug it in. ChatGPT was the fastest adopted user application ever. The Discord server for Midjourney had millions of users in just a few weeks. No matter who signs an open letter, no matter who gives a TED Talk, these technologies are going to continue to develop and spread globally. If the United States stops developing AI, China is not going to. These scenarios are not hypothetical anymore. We are seeing an information age arms race unfold right before our very eyes in real time. This is going to change our relationship with each other, with work, with technology, with society as a whole, because human intelligence is no longer exclusively human.
Are you sure you're good? You sound like you're getting tousled
Yeah,
up.
I know I'm getting all tussled up, Arya. I'm getting excited and terrified all at the same time. But do you know what's not getting tussled up? My hair. Even down there. Today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. Gamers. I'm award-winning science educator and the hairiest Hemsworth.
His hair.
Hill. You know, I've been
I
saying
wish my hair was as good as his. Mine's a little bit too thin.
for years that if you want to up your follicle finesse like me, then you have to start taking your hair care seriously. That's why I and 8 million other men worldwide use today's sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped is a global men's lifestyle brand that's disrupting the men's grooming market. When I take my hair seriously, I use their Performance Package 4.0, a game changer
I won't do it. I'm not gonna buy it.
when it comes to creating the ultimate
Everybody tells
men's
me to buy it,
grooming
I
and
ain't doing
hygiene
it.
bundle. It has the Lawnmower 4.0 to both trim my upper and lower beard, you know what I mean. The new Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and
I kind of need that.
ear hair trimmer to keep my canals clean, deodorant and toner for my testiculars, and anti-chafing boxers, all with a handy travel bag that holds all the stuff for my face and my bag. Go to manscaped.com right now and use the offer code HILL for 20% off your purchase and free international shipping. That's manscaped.com. Using my last name, 20% off, free shipping. Hey,
You heard the guy.
take care of your hair, especially down there. Manscaped. What? Manscaped. What's coming? What I think is happening right now is a technological revolution that will change our relationship with basically every human endeavor. This is not the same thing as worrying about robot arms displacing factory workers or green energy displacing coal miners. No, this is thinking soberly about the consequences of integrating synthetic systems that are smarter than us and better at these jobs than humans are into everything we possibly can on purpose.
That sounds like dystopian. That sounds like eventually they're going to replace us, and they're not even going to realize they replaced us, and they're going to think they're us.
Human intelligence really was the last bastion in these arguments against human replacement. As long as human creativity is necessary, we will not be replaced. This has been the line since the Industrial Revolution and even before that, but this is definitively no longer applicable. A worker completely displaced by ChatGPT, for example, can't just go work somewhere else because presumably the bots will be able to do these jobs better, faster, and cheaper. That job for humans will effectively cease to exist. When ChatGPT can write law briefs better than any lawyer, what do the lawyers do? When AI can instantly read an X-ray with higher accuracy than any doctor who has ever lived, what do the radiologists do? Where do the architects go when Midjourney can generate shapes and structures more interesting and beautiful than anything any human has ever imagined for free? What does the scientist do when AI can solve a protein folding problem that would have taken them the equivalent of 200 million years in a matter of days? How does an already underpaid teacher keep her job when a
I can tell you right now, they won't exist. They just won't unless you get away from technology and just have human ideas taught.
Turing test passing
Because these things won't be teaching human ideas, they'll just be teaching the ideas that they come up with.
machine that any student can access on any laptop that literally knows everything is both better and cheaper. At the time I'm filming this video, 160,000 actors in Hollywood are striking. One of their reasons for doing so is their fear of being replaced by generative AI. I woke
Be better. That's all I gotta say.
up this morning to a tweet about an audiobook company that is poised to fire all their actors and replace them with TTS bots. The list goes on and on because AI integration concerns any human effort that trades in on intelligence, which is all of them that we care about. And we're not just talking about higher level efforts here like radiology and law. Just take office work. Imagine never sending another unnecessary email again because your AI assistant does it for you. Think about never taking another note, never typing in another data point. One study estimating productivity gains from AI in just a few dozen of these spaces calculated savings in the trillions. Considering this,
It's a lot of money.
why wouldn't every company on Earth be chomping at the bit to 10x the productivity of every employee and therefore cut their human workforce by an order of magnitude?
Wouldn't that, like, be detrimental to the economy to just have so many people out of work?
AI will no doubt create new jobs and new spaces for human effort, but will those even equal the hundreds of millions of jobs that are obviously and imminently on the chopping block? That's an open question. ChatGPT, can you generate a portrait of Kyle Hill for me, except in the style of Edward Degas, so he looks like a pretty little ballerina princess? I don't think I'm being alarmist here. Rather, I think we need a sober look at what is a rapid, unregulated, and apparently universal adoption of generative AI. This is all happening really fast. Faster than cell phones, faster than computers. This isn't nuclear fusion that is always 10 years out. This is happening right now. But why now? Well, the agreed upon turning point was the public release of ChatGPT. It had a user interface that wasn't and it was eventually monetized. And when these big tech companies saw that hundreds of millions of people would use this product, they started racing and are racing now to integrate generative AI into literally everything they possibly can, because money. I just got an email from Google this week about getting on a list to try AI here on YouTube, and I haven't responded yet. And the harder, more nuanced questions will have to be answered very soon. Who's going to control the development and distribution of these AIs? Megatech corporations? Open source hobbyists? Who's going to regulate them?
Governments.
The corporations themselves or the government? Can government regulators ever be quick enough and savvy enough to steer the ship clear of a proverbial iceberg?
Nope.
Will developing countries get the same access?
They sure will damn try.
As the lizard people in Silicon Valley do? How could economies without integrated AI ever compete in a marketplace filled with superhumanly smart traders, investors, and logisticians? Will human work be subsidized? Will there be products touting that they are AI free? We really are on a precipice here. Nothing has happened before like this, and not so fast. It's likely that in the near term, every human enterprise that trades in on intelligence, art, medicine, science, just office work will either be integrated with AI or be massively incentivized to be completely transformed by it. And make no mistake, ChatGPT is the most visible of these generative AIs, but it's just the first. There will be more, and they will be better, and then those will get better faster. And then what happens? I don't know. It is very likely that you will soon be walking around with the equivalent of the smartest person on Earth in your pocket at all times. Your kids are going to make friends with gamified AIs encased in colorful plastic. Legions of lonely young men are going to pay thousands of dollars for synthetic girlfriends that will be able to generate not just convincing text, but audio and video as well.
Not me. Girls are icky.
You're going to get therapy from a machine that knows you better than you do and knows more than anyone else does.
Not me. I don't want to talk to nobody, especially somebody who ain't real.
About anything. Incredible things are going to happen, both good and bad. With enough data, for example, AI could have a real shot at solving previously intractable problems like a cure for cancer. It could take care of our elderly and provide free education to every child on Earth. Though, it could also bring about a nuclear winter of misinformation, where synthetic actors erode every pillar of the information ecosystem. Misinformation expert and government advisor on this topic, Nina Schick, predicts that 90% of online content will not necessarily be fake, but will be synthetic nonetheless by 2025. ChatGPT, can you generate an image?
Wait, that's so soon. That's so soon. Who knows, man? Stuff comes on like out of nowhere nowadays. That whole thing with the NPC trending on TikTok, that was weird, and that came out of nowhere, and nobody expected that. That, like, some even weirder stuff's about to happen.
Of Kyle Hill, but instead of his hair, it's spaghetti. In any case, you have a front row seat to a very interesting next few years. It feels to me like another one of those great upheavals in perspective is coming. Like when we found out we weren't the center of the universe, that Earth goes around the sun.
You ready for the ride of your lives? where everything is going to be crazy, even crazier than it is now. Hop on, here we go.
Sun, that we weren't the pinnacle of evolution. You have a front row seat to another species-wide realization that the last thing that we thought made us so uniquely human no longer makes us special. Until next time.
That's the
Now
rest of it.
exiting the facility.
Thank you so much to the very nerdy staff here at the facility for the direct and substantial support in the creation of this here video. If you want to join the facility, if you want discounts on merchandise like this, if you want a private Discord where you can ping me at all times of the day, if you want private members-only live streams, just like that, you can go to patreon.com/Kyle Hill and join the facility today, or you can click the join membership button here on YouTube. And if you support us just enough, you get your name on Aria here in every single video. Lucky you! And if you support us just enough, I already said that, there's so many of you. How am I ever gonna pass the time? One thing about AI, so I know I've been kind of gloom and doom about it, but make no mistake, amazing things are going to happen. Like when the AI from MIT was able to find and identify a new antibiotic in just a number of days and what would have taken an equivalent of many, many years. But also, and this is what I'm trying to point out, but also, like what happens when your kid, instead of an imaginary friend, literally has the smartest human ever in their pocket and they can talk to it about anything, about their friendships, about how their body is changing, anything
Yeah, but who's going to have control of that is the problem.
like that. And then what if there's a firmware update and the personality of the bot changes and it affects your little person psychologically,
Exactly.
and then they have a meltdown and they talk to an AI therapist about that, and that AI therapist is like, don't worry, it's not real. And imagine that kind of complication for everything.
Yeah. About to be crazy. There's not really anything we can do about it. So here we go.